Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a mid-rank madness game sent to Snipermonkey. Some of you guys have still not realized that if you send it to me, I'm not going to see it. So send it to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description, and you will be happy. Top right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. It is buttertoast. And in the bottom left, it is NeoZen. So red versus blue here. Protoss versus Zerg going at it for you today here on Ice and Chrome, the latter edition. So this is obviously a bit of an older replay because Ice and Chrome was removed from the replay pack or replay list, oh, like a month ago now, maybe 2 months ago now. I miss it. I'm glad we're back. So thanks for sending this in, whoever it was, buttertoast or NeoZen. So this was the best replay of the last 2 weeks that Snipermonkey received. He couldn't stop gushing about it in the email that he sent me, which means that he's very excited about it, so I'm excited about it too. And, oh, holy smokes. Ah, that's a gateway, not a forge. This is an interesting pylon placement for this Zerg player. But, yeah, I don't think unless the Zerg here is very suspicious, then he shouldn't find it. Oh, so Gateway Forge took gas, but is not using it. So MidRank Madness is just gold, platinum, and diamond level replay sent to Snipermonkey. He screens them all, so if you send them to him, he will watch it guaranteed. He really loves StarCraft. He likes screening, so don't worry that you're sending your replay into just an empty void, right? Alright, so, okay, so... oh, okay, we got some cheese in our mid-rank madness here today. Zerg player's pool is not done. Zerg player has no vision of this. This placement by NeoZen is just godlike. I don't think, if like a drone comes down here and comes down this ramp, it still doesn't see this. This is incredible. And what's the follow-up? Still no gas, so zealots, I guess. Or maybe you're just going to creep a cannon rush. Okay, look at this. Overlord's like, so, this is happening. That's real bad. I'm probably going to lose this Overlord for no reason. Oh, no, he pulled it back. Nicely done. See, this is mid-rank madness. This is players who generally know what they're doing. They have build orders, but you know what happens to build orders when this is going on? They go out the window. I have such a hard time holding to any kind of a build order when I'm being cannon rushed. I lose all sense of perspective. Bad things happen. So spines are coming up to try to deal with this. This queen is trying to knock down a cannon, so good luck with that, queen. You're gonna, I mean, honestly, a good amount of damage, but second cannon's gonna hit you. Bam! Bam! You going down. Alright, so you gotta pull back and find an angle where you can actually, there you go. The zealot wanders up. The queen has to retreat. Oh, that's in range. That spine's in range of a cannon. Okay, but these two are fine. These two are not in range of cannons, which is great. Jeez, the Zealot is going to take down this queen? He sure is. Man, Zealot damage is so good, and queens are just so terrible against ground units. With any kind... Look at this. Whoa. Whoa. There's no death animation on that queen. Oh, and of course there's shield battery. Why would there not be shield batteries here? I think the only way out of here is Ravagers, man. Like, the good news is his natural base is alive. He's got some roaches down there to try to defend it. And there are Ravagers coming up. You want a second gas here, Buttertoast. Maybe take a gas down here if you feel safer with it. But definitely you want 2 gas if you're going a bunch of Ravagers to try to break out of this. That is exactly what professionals will do in this situation. Is they'll go for 2 gas and a Rotoran simultaneously. Saturate the gases, saturate your minerals. And then whatever resources you can get from the natural is just on top of the cherry on top of the sundae. But yeah, you need a lot of Ravagers, and right now you have 40 gas, so that's not happening. Don't go up the ramp. Don't go up the ramp. Guys, don't die. Okay, took a couple extra hits there. That's mid-rank madness for you. Right, just a couple extra hits. So now here's the problem. 3 Ravagers is not enough. Instead of making more roaches, he should have made a couple of these Ravagers. Yeah, I mean, see, you need a lot of burst damage to kill a cannon that is being healed by a shield battery. Oh, this is so bad. Micro your roaches with... Okay. Actually, you know what? That worked out fairly well. Nicely done. Buttertoast is like, well, he hasn't expanded yet, so this feels pretty all in. So yeah, at this point, you stop making workers, man. You are, you're at 21 workers, which is great. I mean, if you could saturate this, that would help a lot, bud. You're sitting on 500 minerals. Get some injects off, right? I guess you never actually replaced this queen. That's a problem. Butter toast, you need queens. But again, I understand the panic here. Wow, getting a third base? That's one way to spend some of your money. You still have 500 minerals in your bank. Get queens, dude. Alright, now this is where the natural base might actually die. Oh, you know what? We've got a bunch of roaches down here. Okay, okay. Let's see if this zealot has a death animation. It does. Why didn't that queen have a death animation? So confused by this. Look at that zealot getting healed up from the brink of death. 9 HP on that dude and still alive. So expanding behind this is NeoZen. He's like, well, can't actually reach any buildings with these cannons. So this is why cannon rushing a main base isn't super great. What you want to do is cannon rush what actually hits a hatchery as it's coming up, and then you actually accomplish things. This has been a lot of resources for the Protoss just put into this in a situation where it's not doing anything. It's not really hurting the Zerg player all that much. His buildings are great. He hasn't lost many units to this. He's got a second base and a third base now. He's droning up. Overlord has position on the natural base of NeoZen. Technically, it is, well, 30 to 32 workers. The Protoss player's been doing a pretty good job with the probe saturation. Needs to transfer some of these guys down to the natural with a Maynard transfer. That would be great. And I don't mean Maynard the Australian caster. I mean Maynard the American Brood War player who invented the transferring workers process from a more saturated main to a newly created natural base. Man, we are investing here, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so spine down. Dude, okay, so these are... this is so hard to deal with. I love this counterattack, though. You know what this counterattack is? It's good. Again, more gas would be incredible from Butter Toast. He finally took the natural gas, or the second gas at his main. And he's going for a Nidus. You guys, you have some Ravagers over here that could maybe respond. Alright, so we're just abandoning. Abandon ship! Abandon the main base entirely. Let's go saturate that third base. Protoss can have this if he wants it. I guess, like some roaches, this roach spine combo is not bad, but it's not going to save the lair. Meanwhile, how much healing can a shield battery do against itself? 0. Cannot heal itself. It can save others, but cannot save itself at all. Little roach micro might have been nice here, might have helped to save things. The Ravagers have been completely forgotten, but they're accomplishing stuff anyway. So look at this. Recalls back into the main base with his army after taking down the lair. Man, if he had a queen... is he going to Nidus? This is so weird. Alright, I like the setup. Nice Guardian Shield, too. Alright, so the roaches are just not being micro today. Butter Toast here is... I'm going to go with not diamond, maybe gold, maybe platinum. He's doing some good stuff. He really is. He's obviously not a Bronze League player. He's going to Nidus his own third base to get the spine out. The spine can go through this, right? No. Why am I... Well, I did it for the drone anyway. And there's Ravagers in here too. And a Roach. You have to unload the stuff though, Butter Toast. This is turning into a very, very weird game, which, my gosh, I love weird games. I love weird MidRank madnesses so very much. Anyway, glad you're here today. Glad you're on the Falcon, Paladin, StarCraft 2 channel, which is not as big as I want it to be, but it's growing. I understand you have a lot of choices for StarCraft 2 in the year 2020, and I'm glad that you chose me. I feel like an airline stewardess right now. Are you expanding again? This is so bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre. You guys know that song? That one dates back to the 90s. Good golly, I'm an old person. Look at me talking about songs that came out over 2 decades ago. Old man here. That's me. Yeah, I don't think you can load spines into Niduses, because obviously Zergs would do that all the time. You can unload some units here to save this spine crawler, you know. That'd be super great. I love the Guardian Shield coming up. It's such a pretty animation. guess I haven't mentioned yet, this is a 1440p cast. This is on my 1440p monitor. Running at 1440p on the video card. Very happy with it. I think it looks great. I think the Brood War hatchery looks as good as it ever has. You know, the Brood War skin here in StarCraft 2. I am over the moon about it. Hope you're enjoying it too. Anywho's, Broodling's actually getting some kills here, which is great stuff. It makes a roach at his main, accomplishes literally nothing, does a tiny bit of damage, but didn't kill anything, which is no damage at all in my opinion. And he's going to lose this hatch again. So maybe we need to rebuild the roach horn, and he is going to go for a Hydralisk then. I could see lurkers doing really well here. There are no immortals at all. If you popped up like 6 lurkers and just sieged this, I think NeoZen just dies. But you're a bit far away from that tech. You just got a Hydralisk den. You got to make a lurker den. Still floating a ton of cash here, buttertoast. And NeoZen being perhaps more passive than he should be. I mean, his army supply isn't great, right? A lot of his resources are in these shield batteries. This is way too many shield batteries. Look at him. He warped in some healthy zealots so that they wouldn't die to the broodlings. He could have used these zealots, but he was worried this one was going to die. So he pulled it back, warped in some new ones, and then did the work. If these zealots had charge, they'd also be so much better against these ravagers especially. Charge would make them incredible, but no sign of further tech whatsoever. We have a cybernetics core, and that's it. We are gateway units till we die, I think, in this game from NeoZen. We'll see if the production tab says anything different about it. But check this out. 15 Hydras on the way. Love 15 Hydras against this. Like, that's so many sentries. If the force fields are great, maybe the Hydras are kind of screwed. But I just think 15 Hydras wins this battle alone. I mean, not to mention the fact that we have a couple Ravagers on the field that we can help with. It's got the range for the Hydras. The speed for the Hydras is on the way. The problem is he doesn't really want to move out because he's aware of how many army units of NeoZen are here. God, these roaches. What are they doing? Why are they here? These are like philosophical questions. Who is this roach? Why is he here? Infestation pit on the way. On, again, kind of 3 base, but... And it is a lurker den eventually. I don't know where this drone is coming from to build this. Oh, all the way up here. Cool. NeoZen's got a 3rd base. He could probably take a 4th if he wanted to. He's spending his money better than buttertoast is. Buttertoast is on 3,000 minerals. NeoZen's at 700 minerals, but he does have 800 gas in the bank, which tells me he could probably throw up, I don't know, a Stargate. Like, Void Rays actually would be okay here, except, oh, never mind. There's a... Forgot about the Hydras. If they turn into lurkers, Void Rays would be amazing, but right now, probably don't start making Void Rays. Also, transfer some of your workers from this mining out natural base, I guess, down to your 3rd base for better saturation levels and better income as well. Right now, buttertoast has better income, only because the 3rd base is not saturated at all for NeoZen. Nor is he taking a 4th base here. This is the most gateway army I've seen from a Protoss player in some time. We're at 13 minutes and 127 supply, and these Protoss units are all gateway units. Every one of them. There is nothing from the Robo. No Stargate units. No Templar Archives. Nothing. Everything here is gateway, which pure gateway units compositions against Zerg are bad. Especially past like the 3 or 4 minute mark. This is why Zealot warp-in 7-gate attacks are really good. This is why Adept Printer is a build. But when you start getting further and further into the game, they just don't hack it anymore. So it's like trying to go Mass Ling. Mass Ling is not going to beat a good Protoss, or a good Terran, or a good Zerg. In the early game, they're great. Absolutely. Look at this high ground positioning from these cannons. That's brutal. That's some brutal stuff. A hive is on the way. And it's done. Look at this Brood War hive. We don't see this a lot. Weird looking. Okay, now we're gonna lurker down these cannons. Force fields up, keeping a lot of the Hydras out of this battle. It's pretty good. Some of the Hydras back here are doing some work. The lurker needs to be attacking up this ramp instead of trying to kill this cannon because it's not... Yeah, you're doing a great job. You need to stop trying to kill this one cannon. I guess he accomplished his goal and then immediately died. Fair enough. Hydra's coming in. How many force fields do you have? Sentries are getting picked off here. They're squishy because they're spellcasters. Spellcasters in the world of StarCraft are squishy units. No such thing as a tanky spellcaster. And the sentry is no exception. I love they built a base here. Like, there's cannons already. They've been sieging this mineral line since before time, man. Why would you put a hatchery here? You know there's stuff up here. It's such a weird choice. Maybe for vision purposes. Oh my gosh, it's an oracle. It is a non-gateway unit being produced. Also, there's a fleet beacon on the way. Are we going to go carriers? Is that what this is right now? Adaptive Talons coming in. That is an upgrade on the Lurker Den that allows your Lurkers to burrow more quickly and unburrow more quickly, but you have to have a hive in order to get it. The Lurker Den itself does not require a hive. This requires a Hydralisk Den. But to get the upgrades on the Lurker Den, you got a hive. And that's just looking... I don't know. It's looking good in a weird way. I've always thought the Brood War skins for StarCraft, especially Zerg units, are kind of ugly, but that's okay. I understand a lot of people are into it. This is a mothership. All right. Mothership. NeoZen expands again because why not at this point? Buttertoast. Just floating 5,000 minerals here at 16 minutes. The longer the game goes on, the more I feel like goodbye. Oh, that Oracle died without a death animation too. Is this a bug? Something bad is happening. But yeah, the longer the game goes on, the more I feel like this is a gold level game, which is fine. Again, it's part of MidRank Madness. But it's just, it goes to show people who have moderate macro abilities, moderate micro abilities, but just don't know how to max out when they're given the opportunity to, right? Neither of these players know how to do this. They're both floating a ton of cash that could be used for additional workers and additional bases. Get up to 4 bases, get up to 70 workers, get up to 5 bases and 70 workers. Get enough production facilities to just max out and call it good. 3 more oracles are on, like, he makes a fleet beacon and then he starts pumping oracles. He's getting charged, hooray. About time for that to happen. Overlord doesn't have speed. Lurkers are on the way. So look, the time of the Lurker may be past. I like what the Lurkers have done so far. There was a window wherein Lurkers would be an incredible option for the Zerg player, but not anymore. And for the Protoss, I mean, look, we're kind of at a point where we just win. Like, look at this. There's nothing here right now. Get some vision, walk down the ramp, kill this base, win. See, the Lurkers are all over on this side of the map, all trying to take down a single cannon. Oh, man. Oh, but he cloaks. Oh, he cloaks some. Ooh, burning to death Lurker. Not an animation you see all the time. Look at this. Another one. The Lurkers aren't even running anymore, which is a problem. Okay, do we think Protoss is won? Oh, hang on. The Hydras are around. Coming down the ramp. Not as good an idea as I expected. He didn't try to send everyone. He did! Look at this. He did what I wanted him to do. Without any detection, though, and the Lurkers are causing some minor problems here today. And then the billion Hydralisks that are on this side of the map are just causing all sorts of mayhem. Yeah, okay. So, this is kind of back and forth. I don't know who to expect to win this. The Lurkers accomplish nothing. All the Lurkers are dead, except for this one, who's kind of stuck down in this ramp. See this guy? Oh, he burrowed in, so now it's less weird, but he was, like, falling through the texture. Now the Hydras are going to throw their own lives away. Oh, okay, don't do that. Yeah, coming up this ramp, like 2 at a time, just means all your Hydralisks die. Hey, look, Buttertoast trying to expand. Still, so much Gateway Army. Look at this. Look at how much Gateway. Make an Immortal. Make a Colossus. This is, I mean, I have not seen a Protoss player in such a long time who refuses to make Colossus or Immortals or Archons, or High Templar versus Zerg. This is not going to work. Okay, conceptually this should not work, but if you have more stuff than the Zerg player does, you just have a bigger army, then yeah, absolutely, you're going to be able to win with your more stuff. I'm just saying this composition is horrendous against an equal value, equal army. Mass Hydra destroys all of this. There might be enough zealots in here to cause some problems. I don't know. Meanwhile, Hydras just wander on in. Oh, nice recall. Oh, now these Hydras are stuck. Now these Hydras are turned into melee units. Charge lots catching them Hydras. The rest of the Hydras just booking it. Getting on out of here. And, you know, maybe there are enough Hydras where this makes sense. They do have 1-1. Are there any upgrades on the Protoss side of the field? There's Charge and there's Warp Gate. So, no, but there are 2 that matter, I guess. Look at this expansion down here from buttertoast. Buttertoast. Bam. Oh, hey, look. Mass Sentry, huh? Mass Sentry engaging directly with Mass Hydra. Not going to work out for you guys. Oh, this guy took a wrong path. And paid for it. Paid the fare, which was death. You notice the production tab for buttertoast is working really nice right now. He's getting upgrades. He's expanding. Although NeoZen just warped in 8 zealots. So you're going to want some lurkers here to deal with these zealots. Or maybe, you know, some banelings would be good. But we don't even have a baneling nest. You know, honestly, at some point, buttertoast, when you're sitting on 6,000 minerals and 800 gas, you just need to build all of the production facilities, I guess all of the tech structures for Zerg. Get a Greater Spire, get a baneling nest. Is that all we're missing? I think that might be all that we're missing here. But still, get those things. You may need them. Army supply 112 to 96 in favor of the Protoss. Again, detection is going to be a problem here. For buttertoast, he doesn't have overlords with his army, or I guess overseers with his army. There's a bunch of them back here that could be overseers, but he knows there's a mothership out, and he doesn't have any interest in detecting the mothership. Which seems like a problem. But his Jutsu's finishing, he has great upgrades, but again, if you have fantastic upgrades, if you can't see your enemy, you're still going to lose to them. Being invisible is a great benefit in the military. Why stealth tech has been researched for hundreds and thousands of years. How can we make ourselves not seeable by the enemy? And NeoZen decides it's time to go! Bringing all of his charge lots in. Without any mothership support, the charge lots all die because, again, these are 2-2 Hydras, man. 2-2 Hydras are brutal. Against 0-0 Zealots. Don't come down. Don't come down. Buttertoast! Okay, okay. Intelligently backing out after losing like 15 Hydras for nothing. He saved this base with a single lurker. That's pretty impressive. I don't know where the lurker is, mind you, that killed or saved this base. Oh, there he is. 2 kills. Outranging. Beautifully. Kill the shield battery. That pylon won't... There's another pylon here. It won't depower anything. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. This has been... definitely a mid-rank Madness level game. This is why I like casting these. It's because weird stuff happens. Look, now NeoZen's making stuff, and buttertoast is not. They're taking turns producing things. This is kind of great. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Easy there, Hydralisks. They drained all the energy off of the shield battery, so that's a bonus. Still a gateway army with mothership support, which could be worse. Hallucinates 4 Phoenix, which all travel in a pack for scouting purposes. I love that buttertoast is taking this base. Form. You know what we need against this army? Mass Hydra. I don't think you're wrong, buttertoast. There is 0 splash damage on the field right now. There's no Storm. There's no Colossus. There's not even Archons, which would be bad, but at least it's splash damage. Yeah, NeoZen has discovered maybe a way to play against Zerg that doesn't require any splash. Uh-oh, Storm's on the way. Never mind. Never mind. He's very capable of getting there on his own. lurkers. Got him. Haha, it was a trap the whole time. Man, 2-2 lurkers though. Again, 0-0 Protoss. If NeoZen wins this game having 0-0-0 upgrades across the board, I'm going to knock down the importance I put onto upgrades in my notes here. Alright, so buttertoast is like, I'm not attacking when you have a million shield batteries defending your stuff. I'm just going to destroy all of your production. You have one shield battery back here, and if you want to warp in, that's great, except for the fact that I don't have any detection, and your mothership is real scary for that very reason. Also, these lurkers burrowing here is not helping anyone. Oh my gosh, here they are. Kill the mothership. Oh, wait, did just... Oh no! The mothership recalled, and then attempted to recall everything with it, but wasn't able to before it got picked off. That's humongous. NeoZen calls the GG. Buttertoast calls the GG, and then NeoZen decides to A-move. I don't know this. What? He called the GG, and then he starts a base race. All right, so yes, killing all the production here is fantastic. Really, really good stuff right now. Yeah, so the production abilities of the Protoss, there's one warp gate there and 2 warp gates here. So he's got 3 warp gates. Meanwhile, this is happening. Trying to base race with like mass sentry. I guess there's a bunch of zealots in here. They're actually doing damage, which is great. This is so weird. I like it. Oh, the storm is accomplishing stuff. Man, the Hydras will destroy this composition in a straight-up fight. And he ends up back where he started the game, inside the Zerg player's main base, holding the top of the ramp. He's like, fine, you want to stay up there? Great. I'll kill all your stuff. I don't know about this, which is a problem. I don't know about this, which is also a problem. But it's 198 to 136 supply. This mass Hydra strategy is working far beyond its limits and far beyond how it should be working today. You can't... Oh my gosh, he's taking the Zerg player's main. He's taking the main, you guys. Did he scout this? No, but he knows some zealots retreated down here earlier. So I'm assuming he's just going to go ahead and take out this little group of buildings. Not lose anything in the process, because this is all of the Hydras known to man. Look at the lighting here on this explosion. Oh, they weren't close enough. But if you're close to something that explodes, it actually lights up. I still love the attack animation on shields for Protoss. Look at that. Man, they've got light tracing here. It's not ray tracing, because I think that's a specific to NVIDIA thing, but this game is too old to take advantage of that technology, but still. Okay, we decided to move out of the safety that was the Zerg base's homeworld. I like how he said GG and he's still doing this. He's got a bunch of High Templar here, this mass Hydra group. Again, you can have 0 upgrades if you also have all the storm in the world and your opponent is going mass Hydraless. But also, you have to actually storm them, though. Okay, good. Beautiful storms. But all the High Templar are dead. They were able to take a lot more hits than they should have. Oh my gosh. The Zealots clean up the rest of the stormed Hydras. Whoa! NeoZen! NeoZen 0-0 charge. Doing their best. Pull up. You have shield batteries up here. Fight here instead. NeoZen apparently has enough warp gates to warp in 4 units at a time. 1, 2. Oh, he's got this one. Right, the one in the Zerg main that is not going to wait, and this one too. Okay, that's great. Problem is, oh, NeoZen then recalls. Lurkers high ground, massacring one of NeoZen's bases, I guess. This is crazy talk. I still think the Zerg player wins this. He's still up 68-27 army supply. Yeah, I mean, the Protoss is running away these probes. He's got 46 workers, but really only one base to mine from, which is why there's horrendous oversaturation here. NeoZen's got a decent bank. Buttertoast is just not interested in taking... Well, I guess he's taking this base now. He probably needs to just expand everywhere. Just put a hatchery in every spot on the map. That would give him potential income for later, give him more gas, because he's really starving for gas. Actually, Buttertoast is at 2,000 gas. Never mind, he's fine-ish. But yeah, just throw down a hatch at every base that has any amount of minerals left at all. Maybe not this one, because that cannon's annoying, but yeah, take all of them, get a huge bank, get a maxed out army, get enough larvae to remax, right? To remax instantly if you lose your existing army to storm, which, you know, that could happen. Except for the fact that I'm not sure there's any High Templar on the map, and there's not, so never mind. Yeah, warping in more of them Zealots. Look, the Zealots are pretty good against Hydras that are down to 15% health thanks to the Storm, but not as good against Hydras that have full health. Look at him. Look at these brave Zealots. I think he F2'd them over this way. Look at them bravely marching across creep. Enemy territory. Knowing at any second they could die, but they finally complete their journey and end up home. Brave Zealots, you have truly inspired us all this day. I don't... Look, man, if there's mass Hydra, get some Colossus, get a whole bunch of Storm like you did before. I don't like going Stargate against mass Colossus or mass Hydra unless you can get enough carriers. But the Zerg player hates his life because you just instantly obliterate all of his Hydras. That's entirely possible. Got actual Phoenix out. Okay, so he's trying to supply block the Zerg, which feels like an achievable goal right now. I'm not sure that winning the game is an achievable goal, but supply blocking the Zerg player, you work at this enough. That's a lot of Hydras. No, 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 no. Come back in. Oh no! One of the warp gates is going down. This Nexus does not matter. Actually, there's a whole bunch of gas on these assimilators. What a choice. Did he just hatched all the way down this... Okay, that's weird. Take bases, dude! Why does Macro hatch all the way down this left side? This cannot possibly work. I mean, the fact that... Okay, Buttertoast is at 122 supply. With like, okay, here we go. All of the larvae and all of the money known to man. Phoenix are all dead. The Zealots are all dead, especially because they're coming in 2 or 3 at a time. Oh, the transfuse on the new Morphing In Hive is clutch, and that's gotta be it. And that's your good game for real this time. NeoZen taps out. Buttertoast is your winner in 33 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah, end of the game. He had no army at all, so that's a good reason to tap out. 36 probes, some gas, some minerals, but not really enough. Wow. So yeah, Mass Hydra really good against Protoss as long as they don't have anything good that does splash. Which NeoZen showed some ability to use splash, but then he lost all his Hydras and went away from it at the end of time. Just scrappy, man. Just a scrappy back and forth game that ends with the Protoss in the Zerg main. Like, to the point that you would think this was his starting location, right? You'd think this was his, but no, the Zerg started here. There's just no trace of that ever being the case, which is always fun in games like these. So thank goodness the player with the better upgrades finally won. Although, again, we saw a fight where all the Hydras got stormed, bam, 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 and then they got brought down to low enough HP that charge lots with no upgrades could kill them. So that's the trick here. If you want to skip upgrades and you're playing against Hydras, get Storm and charge lots. Don't stop making Storm is the thing. Don't lose your High Templar, or at the very least replace them if they die. And that's something NeoZen didn't do today. Again, both players really struggle to spend their money, which is something that we talk about a lot in these games. Spend your money, expand. Always be making drones. I don't think... How many drones did the Zerg player make this game? 40 plus 40, 80. So 80 total drones. He lost 40 of them. NeoZen never got above... He got about like 72 total in a 30-minute game. Yeah, if you're losing them, you need to be replacing them. You want to be sitting around at least 70 workers at once, right? Amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to argue that was fun. I think that was a really, really great game. Thanks for sending it in. I assume buttertoast. Thanks for screening it, Snipermonkey. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a MidRank Madness. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.